around the championship run.
Yep. And Monje is going to jump it up here against Turco Cuajao, almost getting control of the basketball, but it's picked up by Prince Carlos. At ang nakabantay dito kay Prince ay si Deo Cuajao. It's Garupil shadowing Miguel Oxon.
Good pass. Ganda rin yung elbow action nila. Elbow, you got a hammer screen, you got a back pick on the other side. Expertly executed by Prince Carlos. Laki ng improvement ni Prince Carlos sa pagmaneho nitong opensa na to.
And Prince Carlos has started every game for the Blazers in his final year in the NCAA.
Oh, that fast.
Garupil missing on that short stab. Carlos has the basketball. Carlos waiting for the play to unfold. Oxon changed his mind. Aatake si Will. Gozum. And that's how you want to start, with your main man getting involved right away. Will Gozum. All right, the last two losses of Benilde, as I mentioned earlier, came down to the final minute. So let's try to find out why they lost those games in the mind of Coach Charles Tew, as we will hear right now from Diana Igual.
Anton and Coach Hammer, the Benilde Blazers appear inspired to collect more victories in hopes of solidifying their Final Four bid. Nasa taas man ang kuponang ito, being just 2 places behind the league leaders compared to the opposing team. Head coach Charles Tew advises his players to not treat today's game as an easy work just because of the difference in standings. Now referring to their losses in their most recent games, assistant coach Paulo Layog said that basketball is a game of mistakes, and while they believe that their system still stands, the team have made a lot of mistakes during those games which cost them the losses. Now the rest of the coaching staff just continues to remind the team of how level the playing field is every day and how the table is concerned up to the final minutes. What do you think about this, Anton and Coach Hammer?
Coach Hammer, what mistakes did you see? What do you think Coach Paulo was referring to in those losses?
Well, I mean, Coach Paulo has a different vantage point from what I'm looking for. Pero, kasi with the way Benilde was playing, they were trying to take turns. Take turns on who will attack, who would be the point of attack, and who would be the focal point of their offense. As we see this execution ng mga big guys ng Benilde, 2 baskets coming off passes by their guards. Yun yung gusto ni Coach Charles Tew. They want to move that basketball has energy. Yun yung mga gusto nilang makita instead of settling for isolation plays.
And in addition to that, you know, early in the season, Coach Charles was telling me he felt that there were some times where players became selfish. And that's why nahihirapan lalo na sa endgame ang Benilde Blazers. Let's now get to the Letran side and hear from Hannah Arguelles.
Thank you so much, Anton. Sabi nga nila, when you're at the very bottom, there's nowhere to go but up. At mukhang ganyan ang mindset ng isang Kobe Monje na naging player of the game in their most recent matchup laban ng Arellano Chiefs, which mind you, was their first win in the second round. At nang makausap ko si Kobe Monje patungkol dito, ang sabi niya sa akin, kahit hindi ako maging player of the game, basta mabigay ko lahat sa opensa at depensa at syempre manalo, okay na sa akin yon. Dagdag naman ni Coach Renzi Bahar patungkol kay Kobe Monje, maigi niya daw talagang pinupush siya sa mga trainings dahil according to Coach, this is your time in your season, so take charge palagi, especially down the stretch. Kaya tingnan natin what kind of Kobe Monje we'll see in today's matchup. Anton and Coach Hammer.
Thank you, Hannah. Yeah, and it became Kobe Monje's season all of a sudden because of the injury to Kurt Rayson. This was supposed to be Rayson's year, but then because of his injury, na-fast track yung pagiging main man ni Kobe Monje.
Next man up. I mean, ganyan yung winning, Anton. It doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't care kung sino yung ready. If you want to win, you gotta take care of business, whoever is there. So Kobe Monje capitalizing on the opportunities for him. Ganyan ang buhay. Kailangan mo maglaro, kailangan dumiin ka, kailangan may gumawa.
Speaking of gumawa, Prince Carlos making mincemeat of the Letran defense. And over on the other end, Ira Batalier gets involved. Garupil maneuvering his way to the basket.
Porsyonada ko talaga itong si Garubil eh. Nung kalaban pa lang nila yung Sante na nagpakitang gilas. And he's a freshman na malaking guard na merong good length and defensive instincts. So may mga building blocks talaga itong Letran.
And Garupil was part of the merry-go-round of point guards na unfortunately were bitten badly by the injury
Yep.
bug. I mean, they started the season with Nico Fajardo as the point guard, and then coming off the bench, Skier Paulo Calves. Both of them got injured. So Kurt had to play a little bit of point guard,
And he got injured.
So, oh my, it's been that type of a season for the Letran Knights.
And at the end of the day, somebody needs to step up. Yun lang yan. Minutes will be there, opportunities will be there, so you gotta play.
Marcos off the glass and in on the runner.
And, Anton this would be something big na pag-uusapan din natin later sa game 1. If there is an X factor for this team, ito si Makoy Marcos, tingin ko, for their playoff hopes. Dahil nung nakaraang laro nila against San Beda, nakita ko na yung lineup na tinatago ni Coach Charles eh. Yung Sanko, Marcos, Cortesa, tsaka Gozo na sabay-sabay with a guard. Kayang mag-switch, highly skilled tulad ng mga post moves na ganyan, interchangeable offensive and defensively. So yun yung mag-dictate eh, kung paano sila in the playoffs kasi kaya nila mag-match up with size and speed.
Gozum taking Ira Batalier to school. With those post moves, Benilde leads Letran 10-6 as we head to this break. Unpredictable na mga laban.
Walang tigil na kulitan. Dito lang yan. Bolahan! Unang tanong, LPU, Rumachada, walang talo. Kayong unang nakatalo. Ano ba to?
A series of moves from the reigning MVP, Will Gozum. And you can see that he's got his game face on. These were his averages on the right side of your screens. When he won the MVP last season, you can see the points and the rebounds are down, but the assists and the blocks are up.
Dahil Will is now shifting into more of a small forward. A little bit unnatural for him kasi alam mo, ito personal take ko lang to when it comes to players na ang skill set ni Will is pang-4 na agile. Dahil interchangeable na ngayon yung 4 and 3 wing position dahil 4 out 1 in ang opensa ng mga tinatakbo. Mas naglalaro siya on the perimeter when in fact, ang advantage niya is being a quicker big guy and being a guy that runs the floor really well. Nakakuha siya ng mga transition points and he can crash the boards coming from the perimeter.
And this is going to be the last matchup between Havilanar and Gozum that we will ever see in the NCAA. And we know about the history of both these guys. Been through many wars against each other.
Ganda ng pagkaka-execute ng play na yun. A little bit slower than expected but on the screen and short roll, alam ni Paul Turco na kung saan manggagaling yung help eh. Help was coming off the corner, lumilipad, libre. Libreng-libre yung shooter niya. Sayang lang, naubusan ng oras.
Wow.
So good up screen. Good step up screen.
Just too tall.
Ganda ng step up screen. Na-set up si Kevin Santos na yung in-stride nakuha niya. Isang sausaw na lang tapos iaangat yung mga gusto niyang tira.
Oxon. Monhe with the board. You know, next year is going to be exciting with this trio of Cuajao, Monje, and Santos. They're going to have the best off-season of their lives.
They should.
To get in the best shape of their lives.
Alam mo, Anton, parang overrated naman yan. Parang every off-season should be the biggest off-season of your life. Meron ka lang 5 off-season. You're coming off high school, and then you're second year going to your junior year, and then your senior and fifth year. Yan dalawa lang na yan ang importante. Yung build-up mo is yung unang dalawa. Yung unang medyo adjustment period pa yan eh. Yan, every off-season may naidadagdag ka kung gusto mong gawing career talaga ang pagbabasketball. Kasi hindi ka pwede mag-stagnate eh.
And that's the thing. Not every player has the best off-season
exactly.
of their life.
That's why you need to lock in. And those players, nakikita natin every year, umaangat yung laro, nadadagdagan.
They should give JP Maguliano of EAC a call.
Oh, he just got in the best shape of his life.
So they need to have a Maguliano type of off-season
Dapat.
to make the next level. Because he's a candidate for Mythical 5
Most improved.
this year and most improved. Although marami ring players na nag-improve.
Jacob Cortez.
Jacob Cortez is another player
That's
that comes to mind.
That's a monster leap from being the third point guard in the roster of Coach Yuri Escueta going to the number 1 scoring option and one of the most exciting guards in the NCAA.
So whatever Jacob and JP did, if you're a Letran fan, you would want Kevin, Kobe, and Deo to have. Get in the gym.
Well, syempre, kakarga ako dyan, Anton. Kasi if you're healthy, if you're strong enough, and you can play within the hits that you would be getting in the NCAA, madali na lang mag-basketball pagka-condition ka eh. Yan ang prerequisite. Kailangan malakas katawan mo.
You know what? I think Monje actually got slimmer.
Yeah, from last season.
Diba?
Kasi,
Parang last year mas malapad siya,
kasi
mas
4
bato-bato.
nilalaro niya eh. Ngayon,
So now it looks like he tried to get lighter.
at saka takbo rin kasi siya ng takbo this season. He was playing really exclusively as a perimeter guy this season.
It's not like Cyrus Ventura of Perpetual who you can really see the evidence.
Mas
in the
malaki kasi
weight room.
talaga si Nitura second year. So nag-mature yung katawan with the training and he really put in the work. At the end of the day, you have to put in the work. And there's no shortcuts to it. You want to get stronger, lock yourself in the weight room. You want to be more skilled, you got to take one of your coaches. If it's Kevin Santos, kailangan. Kung gusto mong gumaling, umaga, tanghali, gabi, in constant communication kayo ng big man's coach. Kasi yan lang yan eh. And you have to play. You have to play para makuha mo yung timing.
And from the eye test, you can really see who put in the work during the off-season.
I mean, laging ganun, Anthony. Winning does not hide itself. Lagi kang ma-expose. You put in the work in the off-season, makikita sa laro mo. You took a break in the off-season, it shows in your game.
Bola na kay Gozom. Harap-harapan, tinirahan si Javillanar. Karupil. Dinedepensa ni Naive and it's Javillanar and Gozom again. This is the last matchup between these two guys. But you know, the thing about Will and Pau, despite everything that has happened, you know, at the end of the game, they shake hands, they tap each other's backs.
Anton, competitors respect other competitors. Kung ikaw, makikipagbanggaan ka dyan kay Javillanar, tapos titiklop ka, di ka rin-respetuhin yan. Ganun din si Will. So, if you play tough and he plays tough, that's where you gain respect.
And remember when Angelo Helsano of Perpetual came in, played extended minutes,
and played well.
Paulo Javillanar gave him a welcome.
At
the end.
after nung game, inakap ni Paulo. Kasi ganyan ang basketball ito rin.
Binangga pa nga ng dalawang beses eh.
Kailangan you earn your stripes. Pero pag nakapasok ka and you got that stripes, may respeto na sa'yo.
You'll know right away
Yeah, exactly.
here in the NCAA whether a player will back down or not.
Exactly.
Especially if you're new. At winelcome ka na ng mga players, you gotta man up.
Tsaka, markado ka sa lahat ng coaches. Lahat ng coaches will know you until the day that you retire from playing.
Timeout muna tayo. Benilde leads Letran 12-11. Kobe Monhe. Look at that Euro.
Tsaka yung celebration. And I like this headline that put nightlife. Kasi pwede kang mag-nightlife, pwede kang mag-nightlife. And it takes a lot of sacrifice. Sacrifice. Kasi with the aforementioned injuries that Letran experienced, somebody needs to step up. And if you're not ready, titiklop ka dyan.
So how is the nightlife in Intramuros? And I'm saying it with the letter N, ha? Not the K.
Oh, it's tough. It's tough, huh? I mean, this is one backstory that I had. My uncle and my dad wanted me to play for Letran when I was in high school. I was even in communication with Coach Louie Alas na. And it's totally different from what I got accustomed to nung nakanood ako ng ilang laro nila. Kasi you have to be really tough. You have to be really tough to survive in Intramuros. Kasi yung competition pa lang nila sa practice. Kaya ako, alam ko, naniniwala ako sa programa nila Coach Renzi na babalik at babalikan ng Letran. Yung challenge in practice na culture na pinasa from the Samboy Limbs, from the Lauro Mars, hanggang ngayon nararamdaman mo dun sa hallowed grounds ng Letran.
I was actually referring to the things to do at night.
Ay, marami dun. Marami.
So kahit pa paano may distractions din.
Marami. Alam mo, Anton, kahit saan ka maglaro, pumunta ka ng Las Piñas, pumunta ka ng Intramuros, pumunta ka ng Medjola, pumunta ka ng Recto, maraming distractions dyan. Kaya yung mga umaangat, yung mga gustong-gusto, they bunker in, they lock themselves in the court, and nakikita, again, winning exposes itself in your performance in the court. You can't hide. Hindi ka pwede magtago. Exposed ka.
Discipline and sacrifice.
Oh, exactly.
Javilinar gives it back to Karupin.
O naman, yung headline kasi natin, nightlife. Ikaw gusto mo, nightlife eh.
Hey, I'm done with that life.
No.
Jumawas.
Tapos ka na sa demon time.
Karupin.
Okay, back to the ball game tayo. Ito rin ito na, si Harke is one of their, ako impressed ako dito sa batang to. Hindi pa lang niya makuha pag sama-samahin yung nasa skill set niya. Kasi 3 and D guy who is very athletic, who stands 6'5", as a wing player who has very good handles.
And when I asked Coach Charles Tew about him, he said he could be a future Abando.
Oh, exactly.
Look at his body type.
Exactly. And he has athleticism. Ang kaibahan lang kasi si Abando yung feel for the game at saka yung lakas ng loob, yung tapang. Meron eh. You can always say that you could be the next this guy, that guy. Pero they have the real superstars will forget shots like that and will take the next shot right away.
And this is where what we have been discussing comes into play. If Harke can put in the work,
Oh, yun naman yan eh.
the 1 a day, the 2 a days, and the 3 a days,
Kasi Brad, yung Renz Abando, nung player pa lang yan ni Coach Chris Calagio, laro niyan larong bigas eh, kabuhayan eh. Kailangan dumiin para dun sa pangarap niya. And it's not to say anything about Harke, pero iba kasi yung mentality ng mga nagiging superstar.
babalik ang bola dito sa Benilde as Bohorcelo will check in for Karupin.
At saka Brad, pati yung mga nasa Korea, Enka, at saka Chibug eh, Brad. Ganun katindi yun. Kasi siya, I mean, Renz Abando is a lightning in a bottle. Ganun yan eh. Once in a lifetime natin makikita yung mga ganung talent na would go to the NCAA, take it by storm, sweep the season, sweep all the awards, and take care of business, deliver you a championship. Madalang yung ganun. Mga Romel Aducol, yung mga nagre-resonate talaga through generations. Hanggang sa, sabi nga natin, season 130, pag-uusapan pa rin yung Renz Abando.
And just to put that into perspective, Abando was only the 4th rookie MVP in NCAA history. And I will say that we are lucky because we might have another rookie MVP, and as you said, madalang na madalang
Oo,
yun.
madalang na madalang yan. Pero ito, Anton, we're playing a close ball game. Very low scoring. Pabor to sa Letran that their defense is holding on. You want to be having a puncher's chance sa dulong round. Pagkakalaban mo tong Benilde. Lalo na pagka mga ganito yung atake ni Pau Havillonar.
Wow! Pau Havillonar is pumped up.
Big boy moves.
Letran is on top, 15-14. Bola na kay Naive. Oh, Havillonar playing defense as if he were in the finals. Defending Robbie Naive. One of the few times I've seen Havillonar guard a guard.
Actually, yan yung underrated kay Pau Havillonar. Pagka nagkakaroon sila ng jump switch on the pick and roll, nakita na natin yan during his playing career throughout it. Pag nagja-jump switch, as we see this big boy move, na yan sanay tayo nakikita. Pero yung pagka nagsuswitch siya sa gwardiya, and he is able to stay in front and delay that first attack, masalo niya dun sa guard, and then makabalik yung tao, ang laking value niyan, especially for his pro career.
Surprise early entry here for Benilde. Tane Davis. A bruiser. Like
Yep.
if you would look up bruiser, if you would Google it, you know, this guy
Ano ka ba? Polynesian blood eh.
is that type.
Oo, Polynesian blood eh. And all for the family yan. Laging protective instincts ni Tane Davis mataas eh. Nakikita natin yan na kaya nagsasacrifice siya for the team.
And this is only going to be his 3rd appearance this season, Coach Hammer.
And
that's if he comes in.
Anton, you know that I like the way that he plays. I like the way that he sacrifices his own numbers, his own minutes, despite being a little bit more limited when it comes to skills. Pero alam mong buhos pag naglaro.
Maybe you're just saying that because you want to recruit him in your football team.
Well, that ship has sailed a long time ago. I would like to hold on to the memories, but no go. No go for Coach Hammer. I like being able to walk during Sundays with my dog.
Bohorcelo, baseline jumper, does not fall. And at the end of the first period, wow, we are back to square one, or are still here at square one.